Welcome to Part 4 of this video series on evaluating Internet sources. Parts 2 and 3 of this video series focus on the authority and purpose behind an online resource. This video will focus on the website evaluation criteria of relevance and coverage. Relevance is fairly self-explanatory. When you're looking at an Internet resource, you need to ask yourself whether or not the information it is conveying is actually relevant or related to your research or assignment. This can be a challenge as web searches often garner millions of results. For example, if I am looking for information on the treatment of bipolar disorder in North America, I'll want to use very specific keywords and search strategies. Here's an example of a Google search that has generated many irrelevant results. My search for bipolar disorder North America has generated over 13 million results, and many of them do not relate specifically to treatment. I can reduce the incidence of irrelevant web search results by adding keywords, by keeping phrases linked as single search terms by adding quotation marks, or by coming up with more specific search terms. For example, I'll search for bipolar disorder, treatment methods, North America. This will reduce my number of search results to over 21,000. This is still a large number of results, but is far fewer than 13 million. My top results look fairly useful, but do remember that irrelevant results will often slip in. Be especially aware of advertisements in your search results. Incidentally, the difficulty of finding specific, highly relevant information on the web is a good reason to search library periodical databases, as these collections offer search tools, including specific search fields, publication date limiters, and subject terms that help you find more useful results. When deciding whether or not a resource is relevant to your research, consider these questions. Does it contain information that addresses my research question? Why is this resource appearing in my search results list? Are the keywords I am using in my search generating relevant results? If not, how might I improve my search strategy? Coverage is also an important factor in evaluating the quality and relevance of the information you have found online. Coverage refers to the scope of information presented in a website or other information source. That is, how broad or narrow is the information presented in the item. For example, my search for bipolar disorder, treatment methods, North America, garnered results that included broad and narrow coverage. This article, from the website Origins, features broad coverage of my research topic, as it is about the treatment of mental health issues in general in the United States. This article might provide some valuable context for my research topic, but is far too broad in its coverage to be especially useful. My research topic is somewhat broad for now, as I'm looking for general information on the treatment of bipolar disorder in North America. This article looks interesting, but it might be too narrow for my topic, as it is about treating bipolar disorder in children. As my research progresses, I will likely narrow my topic down to a specific population group and treatment method. I might eventually decide to look at the treatment of bipolar disorder in children, but for now, I want to find information that is about general treatments for this illness that is not limited to a specific population. This website has a good scope of coverage for my research topic, as it provides a general overview of the different treatment methods available for bipolar disorder. This website is a wiki page, though, which means that it is not a scholarly or peer-reviewed resource. It might be useful for providing me with a general introduction to treatments for bipolar disorder, so I will only use this information to track down reliable, scholarly resources that I can cite in my research paper. As discussed in video 3, it is also important to think about the purpose of this wiki. Was it created to entertain, to sell a product, or to educate? And about who wrote the article, and what authority or expertise they bring to the topic. Looking further at this page, I can see that the information found here is all from Wikipedia. I don't know who the authors are, as Wikipedia articles are all created by anonymous sources, so I will treat skeptically the information that I find here. When looking at the coverage of a source, think about these questions. What is the scope of coverage of the topic? Does this source provide a general overview of it, or is it a narrow look at a very specific aspect of a topic? How broad or narrow is the focus of my research, and does this resource accurately reflect this focus? In the next video, we will look at evaluating websites according to their timeliness.